Congratulations.
Oh.
What's your play called?
My play is called Sal Capone, and the full title is The Lamentable Tragedy of Sal Capone.
What is it about?
It's a hip-hop theater play about, have you guys heard of the Freddie Villanueva case? You guys should. It's actually, no, really. Freddie Villanueva was a high school kid from Montreal.
The Montreal are unsick, right?
Yep, of Montreal North.
Montreal North.
Who he got into an altercation with police and ended up getting shot and killed. It's a really, really sad story. But I was living in Vancouver when I read that story, and obviously it really hit home with me because it happened in my hometown, and this was a young kid, and so I wanted to write a play that kind of explored why there's tension between youth and police. I don't know if you guys ever had run-ins with police, or yeah? Were they negative or positive? Kind of both, yeah. Like I know that when I was younger, I was always nervous around police, which is bizarre because you think their job is to protect us, right? But they always really made me nervous. So the play I wrote is about high school age kids who are in a rap group, and their DJ gets shot and killed by police, and the story follows like their life after their friend gets shot and killed. So, yeah.
I am leaving you not because you're not interesting. I have to go do Make Happy Days.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you.
There you go. Talk about how you give back to the community when you're in this business.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, that's just a given. You're going to do tons and tons of work. I don't even want to say for free, but people will ask a lot of your time for you to make appearances and stuff, and it's awesome because I mean I know I was inspired when I was younger, having people come in and talk to me about the business. So yeah, that's just something that you get to do if you stay in the business for long enough.
See you soon.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think you had a question.
I've watched a couple episodes of About the State, but now that you're on it, I'm gonna watch.
Thank you.
Wait, is that the football show?
That is a football show.
A lot of partying, right?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
A lot of partying.
This is Blue Mountain?
Blue Mountain State, yeah. Yep.
What about the Kickstarter campaign?
Oh, right, yeah. So who here is familiar with Kickstarter or Indiegogo or crowdfunding? Show of hands? Crowdfunding? No? So, what's that?
That's a cool Matthew.
Yeah. Crowdfunding is basically like begging online. Basically, is what it is. Sort of. Except in our movie, we were asking people to donate money and we were giving them things in return, like t-shirts, beer pong tables. It was a college football show about a fraternity, right? So basically, I did this TV show, Blue Mountain State, for 3 seasons. And fans, we went off the air in 2011, but fans of the show have constantly on Twitter and Facebook been asking us, are you guys going to do a movie? Are you going to do another season? So we decided we're going to try and do a movie, but we didn't have any money. So we started this Kickstarter campaign to raise money to do a movie. And as of yesterday, we raised $1.2 million to do this movie.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. So, and we're going to be filming a movie this summer out at John Abbott College. So there'll be a Blue Mountain State movie.
It was filmed in John Abbott, right?
It was, yeah. And I went to John Abbott, so for me it was really weird to go back to my old school and shoot a TV show.
It's really popular. It's on Netflix.
I mean, yeah, it is. I don't want to, I mean, I'm on the show, so I want to be like, yes, it's so popular, but people seem to like it though. Yeah.
Have you met like any like really high celebrities that you see like
I have. I've met some pretty famous peeps. I met LL Cool J. I worked on a movie with him. And by worked on a movie with him, I mean I played limo driver #1, and he had a really big part. I've got to work with, I don't know if you guys would know Roger Cross, but he was on the TV show 24. Who else? Denise Richards was the coach's wife on Blue Mountain State, so I got to work with her. I was an extra in Shooter with Mark Wahlberg, so I got to work with Mark Wahlberg. And again, by work with, I mean I was a shepherd holding a camel in the deep, deep, deep background. But I was in the same room as Mark Wahlberg, so yeah. Yeah.
Do you believe theater is a dying profession?
Wow, bring in the heat, bring in the thunder. I want to answer this as optimistically but honestly as possible. Yes, I think theater is a dying profession, but I think that's a good thing for you guys. Because what's dying is the old model of theater where you have people, like older people, just going on stage doing only classics and Shakespeare and Greek tragedy. I think the public has pretty much said like we're over that. But what's cool is that creates opportunities for people like me and people like you guys to write your own play. Like Sal Capone, that's the first play I ever wrote, and it got produced by a company both in Montreal and Vancouver. So yes, I think traditional theater is dying out, but that creates opportunity for fresher takes on the medium. And do you ask that because you have an interest in theater, or you
I enjoy it.
you enjoy it? Yeah. But you're feeling conflicted about whether it's a viable profession, or
In a way.
in a way? Okay. What I'll say is this: I never went to theater school. My fiance did, and she's a writer, and she has a successful career as a writer. So that's one way to go. But I don't think you have to go to theater school necessarily to pursue a career in theater. So if you're interested in it, what I would tell you is do theater, but also pursue a degree at the same time, so you have something to fall back on.
What other movies have you filmed?
What other movies have I filmed? I've done mainly TV, but in terms of movies, I mean, I did extra work in almost everything in Vancouver for a while. But in terms of actual roles in movies, I've done more TV than movies.
What's your goal?
What's my goal?
Your career?
My career goal?
Yeah.
Honestly, to keep working and one day own my condo outright. Right now, the bank owns like 90% of it. Yeah.
What TV shows have you done?
Currently, I'm on the show Continuum, which is on Showcase. I'm also on Blue Mountain State, which you can find on Netflix. I was on Supernatural season 8. I was on Fringe. I was on, what's that?
Oh, so, like which episode from Supernatural?
Did you watch Supernatural?
Yeah.
Do you remember season 8? There was an episode called Clip Show, where
Yes, yeah.
they had flashbacks where they showed the first demonic exorcism.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I was a dude with his hands shackled behind his back, and the priest was pouring holy water on me, and there was this confrontation between the two of us. Yeah, I think. Ironically, I know the episode because I just recut my demo, and I think it's season 8, episode 22, and it's called Clip Show. The episode. So, yeah.
Do you have like one actor that you really want to work with, like out
Yeah.
of the big celebrities?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few. I would love to work with Denzel Washington just because he's so dope and he's had such an amazing career. Well, he is though, right? Like, and I mean, obviously, I'd love to work with Meryl Streep just because she's amazing. Daniel Day-Lewis would be awesome, although he'd probably scare me. He seems a bit intense. But yeah.
Who's your favorite director?
My favorite director, Quentin Tarantino, Spike Lee, Martin Scorsese. They're all pretty sweet. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You said you wrote like slam poetry.
Yeah.
Like what subjects did you talk about?
Good question. So slam poetry, my approach to it was always just a cappella hip hop. Because before I was a professional actor even, I used to be a rapper or an MC. And back in the day, you guys will not remember this, but there used to be a band called Kobayashi. That was a Montreal band. And I would do like spoken word hip hop with them. And my subjects always like ranged on like the political and social conscious, just because I don't think I could pull off the Drake started from the bottom type stuff. So I just wrote about what I knew. Yeah. Any other oh yeah.
Did you get your acting career started? Like, did you take acting classes or anything?
Yeah, I always did drama in high school. That was always my favorite option course. So I would take all the drama classes I could. I was part of the improv team. I did like in the variety show. I'd always do sketches, and my sister and I would write sketches and act in sketches in school. And this all led to grade 11 doing my first play ever, which was Much Ado About Nothing. And I played Benedict, and then, like I said, that agent was randomly in the audience. So, yeah. Any other? Yes. So
What high school did you go to?
I went to Beaconsfield High School. BHS. But I played football at Riverdale. I played North Shore Lions. So, yeah. So I used to.
Was Terry your coach?
My coach was Darren Sutton, Ed Osmano, Ab Singh. We won the provincials in '93, and then we lost in '94. It was heartbreaking.
What position did you play?
I played defensive back my first year, and then safety my second year. My first season I played running back, but at the time I was like 5'6", 100 pounds soaking wet, so it didn't work out so well. But I was really fast though. Any other questions, comments? Sweet. Oh,
What age did you get your first acting gig?
my first paid acting gig,
Yeah.
I think I was 19. I did My Children, My Africa at Black Theatre Workshop. Played a South African boy named Damian Bikwuna, but I did extra work when I was 17. So technically that's the first time I got paid to be on a movie set. Mm-hmm.
So right now you're filming in Montreal, only Montreal.
Right now I'm filming Continuum Films in Vancouver. And I also do cartoon work, actually. That's another thing. There's voice work, right? So I do this cartoon called Max Steel, which is on Disney XD. And I play the role of, you watch Max Steel?
No, I just know the name.
Oh, right on. Well, if you ever watch Max Steel, there's a character named Jefferson, who's the fighter pilot. He was part of NTEC, which is the superhero team. But I do the voice of Jefferson on Max Steel. And that films in Vancouver also. So that and Continuum in Vancouver. And then Blue Mountain State will be shooting here in the summertime.
I just got a question, like how much money do you get?
Oh, I'm balling, son. I'm a millionaire. No, that's not true at all. That's a lie.
Like from doing like voiceovers, like, is it you get paid pretty well?
So I won't say how much I get paid, but you can find this information on the actual website. But in general, so the way it works in acting is you get paid based on if you have 1 to 3 lines, then it's like 3 to 6 lines, and then if you have more lines, there's different designations. So a principal role on a cartoon will pay you $500, and then they do what's called a buyout. And a buyout is they don't have to track every time the show's on and give you a check based on how many times it's on. They give you a huge sum of money up front to go, we're buying you out. So you get 105% buyout, let's say. So you end up getting like $1,000 a day to do a cartoon. And it's pretty sweet because you work for 4 hours. Like to do one episode, you do 4 hours. So normally you can do 2 a day. So you make $2,000 a day to do cartoon.
That's actually really cool.
It's great. I mean, really, what are you doing? You're just being like, oh, I'm a spaceman. Like, it's just your voice. There's no, you could be in pajamas if you want.
Are you planning to like move anywhere or like pursue your career?
I will go anywhere people will give me money to go. I'll go to Alaska. If they're doing a series in Alaska and they want to pay me to go to Alaska, I will go to Alaska. And that, as an actor, you kind of have to adopt that mentality that you'll just go wherever the work is, because it's like you're self-employed, right? So you don't have the luxury of going, I'm going to stay here and try to do this. You got to go where the work is.
Do you feel that's a difficulty the first time when you had to leave Montreal, your hometown, to move to Vancouver?
It's a good question. It was difficult the first time because I had a pretty decent career going for me in Montreal, but it came down to being like, I can keep doing independent theater in Montreal and just making enough to survive, but I really wanted to break into TV, so it was a sacrifice I was willing to make to try to get more work. So, but it was hard because obviously my family and friends were all here. Yeah. Cool. Anyone? Oh yeah.
Is voice acting harder than acting real?
I think voice acting is the most fun. To me, I don't know if it's a question of harder or easier, but I love doing cartoon voices because it's you in a booth with a microphone just doing funny voices, right? So I would say it's easier because you don't have to learn your lines. You just go in with a music stand and your lines, and you read them into a microphone, and it's a different style of acting because you got to tell the story just through the intonation of your voice, right? Yeah.
Who are you again on the cartoons?
Well, I played on Max Steel. I played Jefferson. There was a Wolverine versus Sabretooth was a cartoon that just came out for Marvel, and I played the voice of Black Panther on that. Like I've done a bunch of different video games and cartoon voices and.
What video game voices have you done? Voices, like for the shows?
Yeah, sure. But I can't even remember what video game, but I've done like a Splinter Cell for the iPhone. I did a voice for that. I think I did a voice in Need for Speed. I've done a bunch of them over the years. I'm not sure. But I can teach you guys how to do a voice if you guys want to know. So check it out. Blow air through the side of your face like this and go. Don't be shy. Just like this. Like you're blowing air through the side of your face, like out of your cheeks. So go. All right. So that's the first step. And then go like this. And if you do them both, then you're doing angry Donald Duck. So that's a very simple voice. Another one, okay, you guys ever gargle like water and stuff? Yeah. So go like this. Now do like a higher pitched note, so go like, If you do them both, you're doing Chewbacca. It's really that simple. Just that's all Chewbacca is. Act like you're gargling water and then do a higher pitched voice. And that's literally what voice acting is. It's literally what you do. And sometimes you'll do voice matching. Like there's like a Lego does this stuff where they'll do like Lego Star Wars, and they go, oh, we need someone to do Chewbacca. So you literally go in and go, and they go, oh, thanks, here's $2,000. But yeah, it's really, really fun. I love doing cartoon voices. Any other? Yeah, Jefferson is basically my really bad impersonation of Sam Jackson. So he's just a very large-sounding African-American gentleman. So Jefferson talks like this. It's like, I'm always saying things like, look out, Max, the lasers are coming at you. It's just a horrible Sam Jackson impression. But they don't know that. They just go, oh, it's Jefferson. I'm just trying to do Sam Jackson. And Black Panther, he's, you guys, who knows the character Black Panther? Black Panther's a character who was in the Avengers and he was in the Marvel comics. He's African from a place called Wakanda that doesn't really exist, which is awesome for accents. Because if it's an actual place that exists, somebody from there will send you a letter inevitably being mad at you because you don't sound Nigerian or whatever, right? So Black Panther is my attempt at doing a really, really bad, like, sort of Nigerian accent. So the Black Panther talks like this. He is the king of Wakanda. And it doesn't exist, the accent, so I can't be wrong. I just make up some accent. It's great. Any other questions? Cool. But I mean, I was really awesome coming in and talking to you guys today. I hope you guys had a good time. And yeah, if the message I really want to stress to you is it's a really fun job. It's not even a job, really. I can't call it a job. It's a really fun profession, and you can totally do it. It's just all it is playing make-believe and committing to playing make-believe. And voice work, it's the same thing. It's just doing little tricks, like when you're at home watching cartoons and stuff, or when you're at home watching TV. If you see someone doing an accent, just try doing it. Try doing it, and then you can add that to your bag of tricks for doing voices. Cool. All right. Thanks, guys.